it's like it's more than what people think it is. Like I consider the technology boom that we in right now the same as the dot-com boom because dot-com boom is technology too. You ever seen the Jetsons or the Flintstones? I don't know if they show that over there in Australia.
Yeah, 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 of course.
Yeah,
Grew
that's
up
I mean
watching that.
yeah, that's
Mm,
that's that's what got me into like trading and investing. I was an investor before I was a trader,
mm,
but I bought my first share of stock in 2016, but I bought my first share of Tesla in 2016 because I'm like, man, this reminds me of the Flintstones versus the Jetsons. And it's like the Flintstones is the caveman era versus the Jetsons, they got flying cars. And, it's
yeah.
it's like futuristic. So it's like the process from here to here no one sees, but it's just like the
Mm,
process of horse-drawn carriages versus the first car and then the second car and then the 100,000 car. It only gets better and better, and that's the stage we're in right now. That's why I call this a stage of technology, because it's just like, think about, besides crypto, think about AI. It's about making things easier. Merrill Lynch gave me such a hard time with my assets, and I'm thinking I'm doing good because I'm not investing. I'm not leaving my money in cash. I'm thinking that I'm putting it
mm,
in a vehicle so that a vehicle can work for me. I have the right mindset, and I have that account for 11 years. I missed one phone call on a random Tuesday, and they thinking it's the end of the world. Oh, you missed a phone call. We shut down your accounts because we got questions of where you're investing your money. It doesn't matter if I wanted to buy 1,000 frogs with my money. It's my money. Why do I have to ask you any of it, if that makes sense? And it's just like you put it. They did it at a point to where it was very inconvenient for me because I was out of town, but at the same time, it just put into perspective of me thinking the brokers are safer than banks, and they're really all the same field because they shut down my account just like I was just a regular bank account. I might not
mm.
get scammed over on a broker account or robbed on a broker account, but they robbed me just as long. They held the money for months, then give it back to me until like May of last year, and they took it in like February, March. So it's like if I didn't have my shit together, it's like where would I be? If that makes sense.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like that I still believe in being, and because I invest 95% of my assets, and I believe in that because I understand the dollar, like how I used to work. The dollar wasn't doing me any good just leaving it in the bank. So I would rather have my money in there because you can also only invest so much at once. So it's like if you have a constant compound on investing money, keeping it in assets, making sure those assets are good. Like I like to invest in technology and technology over dividends. And I understand that Tesla, my first share versus Tesla now, Tesla has stock split so many times that the actual true price of that Tesla stock is not the true price of Tesla stock, if that makes sense. So then it goes back to Tesla itself is technology. It's constantly making higher highs and higher lows, but then in the rules of an uptrend, if I'm buying the low to take it to a high, what is my entry? And I have to pay attention to these descending wedges because they're here, just like in history, time and time again. So I'm like, okay, so we understand that anything against the dollar, for the most part, and history shows, is going to be is an asset versus the dollar because the dollar is being inflated. So now let me look at this. Oh, this one right here. So we got the exchange rate decline. Okay, perfect. Inflation. So okay, cool. Inflation is good because we printing money to pay for a war. So that means we got high inflation. Cost of living is too high. People can't afford to live. We got, let me see something. One of these say the housing market. Oh, low GDP. That'll be fundamentals. I don't have to watch for that. That'll be kind of a time thing because it just
Mm,
depends on what the news comes out on certain days. Then they said it got a significant widespread economic slowdown. Sounds like that because of AI. And then Spirit Airlines just shut down. That's thousands of jobs right there. AI coming into effect would be in what's similar to the Jetsons of like robots and iRobot and stuff like that, of just technology like making things easier, but at the same time people aren't getting fired because they can't do their job. It's just about systems, the system being in place. Like the way that I push out for business, sorry, the way that I push out, how do I say, like content. People think I'm making content all day, every day. I just make a video. Typically, it's with like one of my private students or something that I'm teaching already, and then I'll put it in a system, and it's gonna clip those videos for me, so that I don't have time to make 4,000 pieces of content. I can
mm.
take 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 or 4 hours of my content throughout the week that I already do to educate people. And then it's going to naturally make 30-second clips for me. And then I put it on a system to where it's going to automatically schedule those clips. It makes my life
Yeah.
easier, but it also
Person.
educates the world better. So then
Mm,
people are finding out about this because it's one thing, and that's why I say about spiritual. It's one thing to help people, but it's like I'm also doing it a smart way to show that I'm not the source. I can show you something that will change your life, but from there you have to have faith enough to do the work. And because I show enough results, I'm just like, hey, if it's time to lose, it's time to lose, but you can't let a loss change your perspective or you're going to be in a worse loss, if that makes sense.
mm,
Because everything that I say, let me see how much percent I got. Oh, we should be good. Everything that I teach is gonna be just real world stuff. It's not a strategy at all. The even looking up recessions and stuff right now, I've never seen this before because the market had already told me, the price section had already told me. And it wasn't until this year, these last few months, that I was looking even more on like areas to buy, areas to sell, because it's only a matter of time. And there's people out there making $10 million a month doing this, and I want their conviction because their conviction is what gets the result. Their preparation is what gets the result. Just like in working out, the preparation is going to get the result. If I do not
mm.
meal prep and I know I'm going to be hungry, I'm going to order